have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about for some stew.
No, I just wanted to ask some questions.
Questions, questions. One would think a Grey Warden would be more interested in action.
Sorry, this is an RPG, so I have to ask. Can I ask about your magic?
Looking for new spells. Secrets you think old Flemeth has cooked up over the years. Well, they're of no use to you without years of practicing my ways. I am not like your circle with its books, you see. Not that I would mind a handsome lad to order around for a year or so.
Oh.
If I were you, I'd take the darkspawn.
Hey. I don't know what to say to that, actually. How long have you lived in the wilds?
Since before I was wrinkled and old. Ah, you may think it strange, but I was once young and beautiful, just as Morrigan is now. Yes, men desired Flemeth then, and some even killed for her.
You don't seem happy about that.
I am not, nor was I then. It dictated all that followed. But enough. You have your task to complete.
What will you do once we're gone?
Have a moment's peace for once.
I hear the peace of the grave is eternal.
This is the thanks I get for feeding you and putting up with you for this long. Bah! May your child one day treat you the same.
Feed me, she says. Without me, I swear, she shall be caked in dirt and eating tree bark inside of a month.
God. Do you have any advice?
About the darkspawn?
Yes.
Only that they are more cunning than they appear. More important by far is the archdemon. It is the core of this taint, and while it lives, so does the blight. This Tairnloghain is different. You must deal with the repercussions of his deeds before you can face the archdemon, unless it finds you first.
Oh, good. I wanted to just finish things with him, just confront him for his deeds.
Then we are done. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some dinner to eat.
All right. Can I level up anybody? Oh, yes, I can. Alistar. Oh, God, I can actually level up characters outside of myself. So I have 6 points. He's a Templar, so bonuses to magic and mental resistance. Well, former Templar. Let's boost up his constitution a bit. Strength. I get the feeling willpower is important for him. Oh, there we go. Highly experienced in combat and gain small bonuses to armor and attack. Warriors and rogues gain access to top-tier weapon talents. Mages can take more damage from an attack before it interrupts their spellcasting. Man, oh god. You know, being a former Templar, wouldn't this be bad? Yeah, let's go stealing. I just can't. I can't resist the fact that I could teach him a bit of stealing. Regardless if it's a bad investment or not. Let's see, requires level 9. Gain greater health. Adopts a challenge posture that increases enemy hostility with each melee attack, drawing them away from other allies while this mode is active. Basically like a provoke ability. I like that. Dual weapon, archery, weapon shield, two-handed. If I want to change this weapon, sure. Let's go with precise striking now. What kind of spells do you have? Let me actually check your spell thing. Shapeshifter. She can turn into a giant spider. Envelop the target in frost. Enchant the party's weapons with frost. The lightning spell, which we know. Mind blast, telekinetic force that stuns enemies caught in the spear. Suffers a hex that inflicts penalties to cold resistance, electricity, fire, basically anything elemental. Disorients the target. Forces the target to cower in fear, unable to move, and drain life. Okay. What kind of skills do you have? Okay, you have combat training and herbalism too. Alright, I think we're good to go. See where we are on the map. This is just its own little area. It's a nice little hut. Wait a minute. Can I... Aw. Can he unlock it? No. Darn, they're not going to let me in now. Yes. Alright, so this is the map we can travel around. I can go to the party camp. That's Denerim, Brazilian Out, Redcliffe Castle, Redcliffe Village, Soldier's Pass. Let's go to the party camp first. Just so we can talk with Alistar and Morrigan. I want to see if we can improve our standing with them in any way possible.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
It doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you. That's what I was just about to say.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
Oh, I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
No, not really. Not since I went to the tower.
That must have felt a lot like when I got sent to the Chantry. You mages don't even get a say in the matter after all. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Cool, Alistar approves.
What do you need?
Let's ask something.
Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Man, I feel a little bit smaller beneath you now. So Templars use magic themselves.
You could call it that, sure. The Chantry doesn't look on it the same way, however, since really our talents only work on mages. Against a regular person, I'm just a guy in a metal suit.
Have you hunted many mages, like myself?
No, I never actually became a full Templar. Duncan recruited me before I took my vows. I was only present during one harrowing. That was all I needed, too. I don't know how anyone could get through that. The girl they tested, she had a demon put inside her to see if she could resist. And she couldn't. We had to end it quickly. I have to say I didn't have much interest in becoming a Templar after that.
So, couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
Ooh, it's horrible.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Alistar approves? Cool. You know, I just want to have a good relationship with everybody if possible. I doubt I'll be able to please everybody, but...
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shapeshifter? No, did you grow up in the Korcari Wilds? Because I feel #1 will lead into me being booted out of conversation.
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime. I'm curious, what's wrong with that? It's my favorite way of annoying you. I'm just curious, what's wrong with that?
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring, that sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Ha! That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe 2 things about a woman. 1, that she is weak, and 2, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human. Touching like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it worked out this way, at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Morrigan approves. +6. Let's keep talking.
What do you wish of me?